Hello, guys. Hope you're well. We are back with TFTV. It's another preview show, and to my left, we've got the one and only Luke.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Not too bad. You?
Yeah, I'm good. Well, then, it's been a while since done a match preview. Um, how are you feeling going into the whole match?
I mean, as always, fairly confident, which usually means we'll probably make it as difficult as humanly possible. But you know, with Forest, good things come in kind of the most difficult of circumstances. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a good win against Swansea on Saturday. I mean, defensively, Swan, which kept the attacking players the freedom to go and click and score goals.
Yeah, I think the first half we were incredibly kind of held back, and then second half we just hit them with a sucker punch. It's almost like what's happened to us in previous seasons where we've kind of had chances, not taken them, and then were punished in the second half. Yet we were the one doing it to other teams now, which I think is quite funny. And I mean, Steve Cooper is enabling Forest to do things that probably we've been on the receiving end of.
Which is quite nice. It's different from like what we've been used to over the last couple of years. I mean, we've all seen the type of defensive football, but now we've been able to defend and actually attack.
Yeah, it's crazy, this, isn't it, Dan? That there is actually a mentality where you can defend but still score as well. It it's almost like you've got a well drilled team, and you your defenders can defend, but your attacking players can also attack.
Yeah, it's strange. I kind of knew we were going with that one. um, Hull will be. I'll be honest, yeah, they are on a bit of form. I mean, I know they lost on Saturday, but they're that sort of team that they've been a good form, and I'm expecting them to be a bit more defensively against us on Saturday. But then when they do have the ball, I'm not expecting them to be very attacking.
Weren't Wasn't the whole Bristol City game 2-2?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think it was 2-0. I didn't see how it ended up.
Yeah, so they. I mean, to be fair, Hull aren't going to make it easy for us. It's a championship. We all know this. So we're going to have to be on it, like always. But at the same time, we have the players. I mean, Zinkernagel's coming to form. I think Graben playing wide left is probably a bit better than him playing striker because, he spends most of his time out there anyway, so he may as well stay there. Johnson, I think, is regaining a bit of confidence now. So, I mean, and also, we're regaining a bit of balance. Playing a back three with wing backs was what was getting us results in the first place. It was only since Max Lowe got injured that we had to go to a back four and drop Figueredo. Well, we alternated it anyway, but we all know our strongest is a back three with wing backs and then Colback and Yates in midfield. So if we can ever get back to that again, then I mean, I think the sky's the limit.
Mm. Oh, definitely. It'd be funny, and it's nice to see it being a lot more adaptable to the changes as well. I mean, it took us 3 games to get scoring again, but um, so
Yeah, but in those 3 games, we when we came back after the international break, it was Reading away, where Max Lowe got injured, Bong came on, and then we did manage to get a point in that game. The next game we got done by Jeremy Simpson, the referee against Luton, I mean, God knows how any of that actually happened. The game after that was. I can't remember. It was against somebody else, but I can't remember. I know there's 3 games we were unlucky, and then we played Peterborough. And I think that Peterborough game, we just kind of came through it a bit. We got to the point where the game I missed out was West Brom. Yeah, West Brom. We were okay that game, but again we couldn't finish it. And then Peterborough, we went through the motions a bit. We were slow. I think it basically kind of lived up to the whole day. Cold, wet, slow, laborious. But the second half, we clicked into gear. And then I think again that thing where you never think with Steve Cooper's Forest that we're totally out of the game, because you just know that as soon as it hits half time, if we're 0-0, you just get time to up a gear, and then they do and they click and it works. I mean, all right, we've had games where we've not had that cutting edge, but everybody knows we're not the finished article. We're we're still looking for strikers in January. So to me, I reckon we get through these next few games, see how many points we can collect. I mean, nobody knows what state the whole of football is going to be in a few weeks. Never mind the flipping season. But I think, to be honest, we've done an amazing job to go from where we were to where we are now, and we just need to keep collecting points.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a lot more different, and I mean, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with football, especially with the COVID debacle. Obviously, hopefully, that if fans who will get to go in and actually enjoy the football.
I think the worrying thing for me isn't necessarily the fact of the fans itself, it's how many games are now getting postponed due to cases within the actual squads themselves.
Mm.
I mean, Reading Luton has just gone this afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, so far, the majority of the teams that have had games called off are around London, QPR, Reading. I mean, all right, there was Man United in the Premier League, but then again, that's just Man United. I believe Barnsley have got 1 case in their squad, and I believe West Brom had it and Derby had it. But at the same time, as well, I will level with everybody here. I think at some point during the season, every team will get hit by it. It's just how many times it happens before the league take action.
Yeah.
Simplest option is to get every player jabbed, but you just know that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to say something.
No, I was just finishing off on my very, very controversial comment towards the end there.
Here you go, guys. That's your controversial comment.
Come at me if you like.
Yeah. Hall, I mean, I don't really know many of the players that are in this one, but Honeyman, who obviously, I mean, they're hitting that sort of form, which, I mean, I know all City fans wanted McCann outside the season, but they seem to got them going now, so, which is obviously been another interesting game.
I think with Hull, they've switched system and it's now working. We've got to watch out for Honeyman, Ryan Longman, and personally, I'd say Lewis Potter. I mean, we need to make sure we put Hull on the back foot straight away.
Yeah.
We cannot switch off against them because they will keep going and going and going. They do not want another season in League One. They are just about to get taken over by a Turkish owner and probably become the Turkish team of the league, like West Ham or the Czech Republic team in the Premier League.
Mm.
You have to in the Championship. You have to stay focused for the 100% of the time. You cannot slip up at any point whatsoever. And I think, to me, we're playing Hull at a brilliant time. We're in 8th in form. They're in whatever position they're in form. Two informed teams facing each other, where you both have to be totally on it to win the game of football.
Yeah, definitely. What would you, how do you feel about the scoreline going in for the game? I mean, would you take the win, and or would they draw loss? Draw be disappointing, and worst case scenario, the loss.
Um,
I
I
mean,
think we've got. I think we've got to win. I think if we want to stay around that top 6, we need to win again. I mean, we've done it before. We've gone back-to-back games before where we've gone 3 on the bounce, 4 on the bounce, and then we lost, I think, to Fulham. We need. I think if we're serious about promotion this season, we really need to put a really strong run together. If we can hit a run and then the stars align and we manage to keep Jed Spence, I think we'll be a scary team to play towards the end of the season.
mm,
But anyway, even regardless of that, you could sign a left back to back up Max Lowe and then stick a say Tutu on the other side.
yeah,
We're in a really brilliant position right now where players are starting to come back to fitness. I think middle of January you'll have Max Lowe and Beso back fit anyway. So you've
yeah,
got 2 coverers there anyway. You know, we're
it, yeah.
we're
So,
winning we're winning whilst using our squad.
mm,
Which a couple of seasons ago, if we had to go into our depths of our squad, most fans started to panic because you'd be calling on players like Jenkinson, Bong, Harry Arter, Luke Freeman, Knockhart. Now we've got a young squad that wants to work hard for the win, and again, Steve Cooper will not be afraid to play youth players in that game against Arsenal in the cup. You'll see a Dale Taylor amongst the subs if he can stay fit. I reckon you'll see Tyrese Fornal in midfield because he
mm,
will have a look at players and give players like Colback a rest.
yeah, definitely. Well, it's that time of year where we will see us sweat a lot more.
Oh yeah, I mean, you get into the Christmas fixtures. I mean, it's not as congested this year
Mm,
as normal because they've moved the 29th game to the 30th and the New Year's Day one to the 3rd. So we
mm,
do have slightly more time between games. But
yeah,
even so, it's only good if you make use of it in the
yeah,
games.
yeah,
If you if you come out of Christmas, and I always say Christmas and Easter are the two periods that define what you do in the season.
mm,
We usually trip up at Christmas. There was only the year under, I think, Sabri, where we didn't trip up over Christmas,
mm,
and we were close to the playoffs then. If we could have a solid Christmas, and then I think a solid February, if we're still playing in February, then you
yeah,
know I think we'll be solidly in the playoffs. I still reckon top two's done. I think it'll be West Brom and Bournemouth. No, West Brom and Fulham, sorry. Bournemouth will drop to the playoffs again because they're just hopeless. I mean, if any side loses to Derby, then they don't deserve to go up, to be fair.
Hey.
Got
So
that
I'd
in my
like
head.
to say thank you. Yeah. So I'd like to say thank you, Philippe, for coming on.
No worries.
So I'd like to say thank you for watching, guys.